Hi everyone, I'm Emily Bates, and today we're going to be going over a phonics lesson. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about 1 to 2 syllable letter words that go over the short and long vowel sounds in commonly spelled words. And so what we're going to do, we're going to start off the class reviewing our CVC-E lesson from yesterday. And that's just how words change into other real words when the magic E is on the back of it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start off by watching the Magic E video. And they would have already seen this yesterday, so they can sing along and kind of anticipate what words are going to be. So I'm going to show that to you real quick, if my phone will load.
That magic E, it changes so many words you see. At, ate, mat, mate, can, cane, plan, plain, bit, bite, quit, white, thin, fine, pin, pine, not, note, tot, tote, hop, hope, mop, mope. That magic E, it changes so many words you see.
So as you can tell, it's just a simple video that gets the point across of what the E does whenever it's on the word. And so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of review these in a fun way. And so I'm going to write a word such as plan on the board. And so if I add an E to this class, what would it be? And they're going to hopefully say plane. If I write the word hop, H-O-P on the board, and I say class, if this had an E on the end, what would it be? And hopefully they'll say hope. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go, I'm going to ask a question actually, and I'm going to say, class, I would love to bake a cake. And I'm going to write the words cake and bake on the smartboard. And what the students are going to do, I'm going to say, if I take the E off of this word, what words are they? And so hopefully they're going to be like, cat, back. And I'm going to say, are those real or not? Or are those real or silly words? And hopefully they're going to say, oh, those are silly words. And especially back, that's not how you spell back. And so then I'm going to say, okay, can you give me an example of a word that if you take the E off or put the E on, there are 2 real words. And so they can give me examples from the video, such as at to ate or bit to bite. And so we're just going to go over a few of those words and kind of see how when you put the E on the end of a word, and we're going to realize, oh, it changes the vowel from the short sound to the long sound. And I'm going to say, oh, we're going to talk about this today. And you're going to be able to do it yourself to figure out which one is long and which one is short. Because tomorrow we're learning consonant digraphs. So this is a good foundation for students to learn short and long vowel sounds. And so this will help them become more fluent readers and faster readers also. And so we will begin with our motivation video, because I love videos because they're easy and you can review them later in the week whenever you just need a review. And so this is called the long and short vowel sounds, and it goes through different words, and you'll see that have long and short vowels while reviewing each sound of each vowel.
Have 2 sounds each, but they don't sound the same. One is short, yeah, real short. The other one's long and says its name. So the short A says apple, and the long A says acorn. The short E says elephant, and the long E says eagle. The short I says insect, and the long I says island. Let's take a break.
So that's another fun song that they can kind of sing along with and see the difference between the long and short vowels, using words that they know, that they've heard before, and kind of reviewing that concept or learning that concept for the very first time. So then we're going to play kind of a quick game to kind of get the concept in our heads. And if they hear a long vowel, they're going to raise their left hand. If they hear a short vowel, they're going to raise their right hand. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write some of the words from the video on the smartboard, like elephant, and we're going to sound it out. We're going to say elephant. So raise your left hand if it's a long vowel, raise your right hand if you think it's a short vowel sound. So hopefully they're all going to raise their right hand because that's a short vowel sound. And then we're going to go through words like island, so that would be a long one. They would raise their left hand, so kind of get them interactive and moving and kind of get their blood moving so their brains can work. And so then we're going to start with a phonemic warm-up before we begin our first activity. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to put a picture of a cat on the smartboard, and I'm going to say, class, what is this a picture of? And hopefully they're all going to say cat. I'm going to say, great, let's sound it out together. Each sound in the word cat. And so they're going to say cat, cat. I'm going to say, what's this sound? They're going to say cat. Let's blend it together. Cat. And so we're going to be blending words like that. And so we're going to go over two more words such as fan. So f-and, fan, or mad. M-a-d, mad. I'm saying, everyone give me your mad face. And so just to get them interactive, get them laughing, get them enjoying to learn what we're learning. And so then I'm going to introduce our first activity. And this activity is so cute. It's called the Vowel Munchers. And so what we're going to do is each student will get a Vowel Muncher card. And so it has a column for long vowels and a column for short vowels. And I'm going to pass these out. I'm going to say, first off, we're going to write our names on the top of the paper where it says name. And so they're going to write their name. And they're going to hold it. They're going to just keep it at their desk with their pencil in hand. And what's going to happen is words like chop and quack and plug and game. Words like these are going to be, well, bigger form, but they're going to be laminated and they're going to be stuck on the wall. And these are the stations that they're going to go to. And so I'm going to demonstrate first, and I'm going to have my own little card and pencil in hand, and I'm going to show them how you walk to each station. We do not run, we walk, so we don't poke anybody in the eye with our pencil. And so I'm going to go to the first station, probably in the front of the classroom so they can see. And I'm going to use the word vet. And I'm going to say, class, whenever you get to your stations, first thing that you're going to do is going to be to sound out the word. So vet is going to be v-et. Vet. And then I'm going to say, find your vowel. That's, what are the vowels again? And they're going to say A-E-I-O-U. And I'm going to say, great. Okay, so what is the vowel in vet? And they're going to say E. And I'm going to say, okay, well, what sound does that E make? And they're going to say, v-et, et. And so I'm going to say, is that a short or long vowel sound? And they're hopefully going to say short. And so what they're going to do is whenever they go to that station with their card, they're going to have to write the word. Okay, so this is not only understanding the concept and being able to pick out which one is short and which one is long, they're also going to be practicing their writing. And so I'm going to write vet on mine. And so then I'm going to tell them, okay, everyone grab your cards and your pencil and start walking around the room to each station. Okay, share stations if you need to. Not everyone go to the same station. And so they're going to begin the activity, and they're going to be writing the ones that they think have a short vowel in the short vowel column and a long vowel in the long vowel column. And so what we're going to do then is once they're done, and this is going to be about a 15-minute long activity to give them enough time because there's going to be quite a few words that they'll be able to pick from. And so what they're going to do is once the time is up, once the timer goes off, I'm going to say, everyone grab a partner. And so they're going to grab a partner, and I'm going to say, okay, you're going to sit down with your partner, and you're going to kind of tell them which words you put in which column. And I want you to not only sound out two of those words from each column, but I want you to tell your partner why you put them in that column. So this kind of gets them thinking of, why did I put it in that column, and kind of be able to explain it to their friend and their partner, to kind of reinforce that idea in their head, because whenever you teach somebody, it helps you remember it so much better. And so this is what I'm going to try to do with my students, is get them to review with their partner, so that they are teaching that person and they're going to be understanding that concept better. And so then I'm going to call all the students, stay with your partner, okay? And so they're going to put their vowel muncher cards up, or they're going to put in a file or something. And then I'm going to pass out the vowel ladder. And so it's going to have a short ladder and a long ladder. They're the same length though, they just have different names. And so they're going to have a little cup of buttons too, of just like buttons on a shirt, so they can move it like bingo pieces. And so what they're going to do is they're going to have these cards, and these are going to be cut out, and there's going to be some pictures, and you see like sun and boat, and there's going to be some words. And these are all going to be obviously a little bit bigger, but each group is going to have some words and some pictures in a little pile. And so what they're going to do is they're going to draw one of the cards first, and they're going to see whether it's a picture or a word, it doesn't matter, but they're going to be told to sound it out to each other. So they're going to sound it out. So say one of the words is cat, they're going to say cat, okay, and they're going to figure out together whether it's a short or a long vowel sound. And so if it's a short vowel sound, as in cat, okay, they're going to, whoever has, and they're going to pick which one they are. So one partner is going to be the short ladder, and one's going to be the long. So if the person with the short ladder, they get to move their button up if the vowel is a short vowel sound, as in cat. Okay, and so if it's boat, the person with the long vowel ladder gets to move it up a run. Whoever moves up the ladder the quickest, they are the winner. And this is going to be our closure activity. It's going to be a little faster than the vowel munchers, and it's going to just reinforce the idea of, okay, which ones are short and which ones are long. And they're going to be in groups for this, and it's going to be so helpful for them to be able to do this with a partner and kind of work with their peers, because that's cool and that's fun for them. And I'm going to ask them some questions of, did it help to have a partner? Did it help figuring out words if you had that partner, and did they help you at all? And then I'm going to ask them, which was the hardest word for you to figure out if it was a short or a long vowel sound? And they're going to tell me words, and I'm going to be like, oh, okay, so why was it so hard? And then we're going to sound out those words together so it seems so easy to them. And then I'm going to give someone the opportunity to give me an example of a word with a short vowel sound and a word with a long vowel sound of the same vowel. And so that will be the end of our activities. That's the end of our lesson. And so then I'm going to give them some homework. And the homework, which actually failed, hold on. Our homework is going to be this worksheet, okay? And it's going to have a long vowel column and a short vowel column, just like in Vowel Munchers. And it's going to have words at the bottom. And so at home, they have the choice to whether they want to cut out these words and glue them to the right column, or they can write it under each column. They're going to have the opportunity to do what they want to do, but they have to do either of those things. And so that has words like cat, like, date, slate, and frog, words like that. And they're going to decide at home, and they can have help from their parents to decide which words go under which column. It just reinforces what we've talked about today, just in a different worksheet, in a different format. And then for my early finishers, they'll be able to start on their homework early, or they can grab some Vowel Muncher cards and kind of match it up with their cards again. Or if they even go through that, they can they'll be given a sheet of paper, and they have to write 3 of the words from the Vowel Muncher song, and they have to draw a picture next to each of it. So then that gets them practice up writing the words too. And so then my students with special needs, my students with a reading disability will be paired with a paraprofessional, and they're going to go over the ladder. And they're going to go one by one, each word, and they're going to go over, okay, if we have a word like game, we're going to sound out those words. We're going to see the phonemic awareness. We're going to see how those words match up with the sounds to help them be able to read the words better, to kind of dissect them and see how they all mesh together to make a word. And so then my English language learners will go to the back of the room, and we'll go over the ladder also, and we're going to be going over words from Vowel Munchers or the other, and just understanding they have to say the word right to understand whether it's a short or long vowel. So we're going to make sure that they understand which sound goes with which word. And then for those who don't really understand, we're going to have a free time at the end of the day, and we're going to go over, and we're going to have 2 words for each of the ladders, and we're going to go over it over and over and over again until they understand. And then for enrichment, for those who totally understand, way ahead of the game, this is a worksheet, okay? And it has a different color for each long and short vowel. So they have the opportunity to choose whether they just want to do 2 colors for long and then short, or if they want to go all the different colors for each of the long A, long E, short E, things like that, and they just color which one they think it is. So it's a different game. They have to color which one it is, but this one they kind of have to choose, okay, well, I know it's a short vowel sound, but which short vowel sound isn't? So that's my lesson, and it's very fun. It's very active. They get to walk around the room, but they also are so reinforced of which are short vowel sounds and which are long vowel sounds. Thank you for watching, and I hope it was helpful, and I hope it was a little bit entertaining at least. Thank you for your time. Bye.